I want to do permutation and combination. In permutation and combination, you must have heard something like that. Or let's say this is the first time you are hearing, you can hear you hear this. What I want to do in permutation and combination is this. I'll just explain the part of where we just do the technical part, technical part. I'm not doing find the number of ways. I'll do that one later, not now, because it will be too long. So they say permutation. Permutation is used in the arrangement of objects, and it's also used when different objects or orders are to be counted. I will explain them when we want to do word problem leading to permutation and combination. And combination is used for a number of ways of selecting objects. One thing I want you to understand is that when we want to arrange, we use permutation. When we want to select, we use combination. That's the rule. And in order of selection, that is not to be counted and something like that. And this give rise to the general rule of permutation. When we have n permutation R, if n object is permuted in number of times of R, it's going to be n factorial over n minus 1, n minus R factorial. But if it is combination, we have n combination R, it's going to be n factorial over n minus R factorial. That's the rule. That is the rule for combination. Now, note this. Is 0 factorial equals to 1. 1 factorial equals to 1. Another thing is this. N factorial means n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5, n minus r sorry n minus r factorial. Let's say you have I've started the class when I'm explaining. Let's say you have 3 factorial. Here 3 will represent this n. It is going to be 3 minus 1 factorial. Sorry, I said factorial. 3 minus 1 into bracket 3 minus 2, 3 minus 3 factorial. That's the end. So 3 minus 1 will be 2. 3 minus 2 is going to be 1. 3 minus 3 is what? Is 0 factorial. 0 factorial is what? 1. I told you. Yeah. So this one is going to be 1 times 1 times 2. So it is what? We don't talk. I made a mistake. Oh, sorry. This one is going to be n factorial will be equals to n into bracket. Yes, we are going to multiply it by n. So this one will now be 3 multiplied by. So this will now be 3 into. So this one will now be into bracket 3. 3 times 2, 6 times 1 times 1. So 6 answer. Let me give another example. Let's say I have 4. Let's say I have 4 factorial. So this is going to be 4 into bracket 4 minus 3. 4 minus I said 4 minus 3. How am I doing like this? Why am I doing like this? 4 factorial. Going to be 4 into bracket 4 minus 1 3. 4 minus 2 2. 4 minus 3 1. 4 minus 4 is 0 factorial. That's all. This one will be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 times 1. You know this one is 0 factorial is 1. So this one is going to be 12 times 2, 24. You can have 5 factorial. It's going to be 5 into bracket 5 minus 1, 5 minus 2, 5 minus 3, 2 return. So it will now be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is 0 factorial. So this now equals to 5 multiplied. You know this is 4 factorial. It will now be 5 multiplied by 4 factorial. So 4 factorial is 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And I hope you understand it. So this 4 factorial will be 24 times this will be 120. I hope this makes sense. And I hope this makes sense. Hey, now, let me now do some questions for you. Let's say we now want to do the read permutation and combination. So let's say we have this example, we have 3 permutation 2. This one is going to be 3 factorial over 3 minus 2 factorial. That's what it is. And I hope you understand. 3 factorial will now be 3 into bracket 3 minus 2, 3 minus 1. Sure you get 3 minus 0 factorial over 3 minus 2 factorial. But one thing I want you to understand here is that 3 minus 2 factorial is going to be 1. Sure you get. You know the rule of factorial now, permutation now, this rule. Okay, probably I'm going to write it again for you. So this one will be 3 multiplied by 3 times 3 minus 1, 3 minus 2, and 3 minus 3. So this one will be 3 multiplied by 3 minus 1 is what? 2, minus 2 is what? 1, multiplied by 1 over this 1 factorial. This one comes with this, it will be 0. Like this one and this one will be like 1, 1. So we now have 3 times 2, 6. That's the answer. Let's do another one. Let's say I have 5 permutation 3. This one is going to be, you know, permutation, n permutation, r equals to n factorial over n minus r factorial. This one is going to be n. So 5 is n here. This one is going to be r. It will now be 5 factorial over 5 minus what? R factorial. That's what it means. 5 minus 3 factorial, sorry, not r. You know, r was our 3. So now this one will be 5 minus 5 into bracket 5 minus 1. Should be now. Let me write it again. This one will now be equals to 5 into bracket 5 minus 1, 5 minus 2, 5 minus 3 factorial over 3, 5 minus 3 factorial. You want to ask me a question that why did I not continue? Why did I not continue with 5 minus 3, 5 minus 4, 5 minus 5? The reason is that I'm going to use this 5 minus 6 factorial to cancel this 5 minus 6 factorial. This one will not cancel this. It now left on to it. 5 into bracket 5 minus 4, 5 is 1, 4. And 5 minus 2 is what? 3. So this one will now be 12 times 15. Will now be what? 60. Let's say I have another example by saying 7 permutation 4. This one is going to be n. This one is going to be r. And I have n permutation r to be equals to n factorial over n minus r factorial. So this one will now be 7 factorial over 7 minus 4 factorial. And I hope you understand this. So I can write it like this to be 7 factorial over 3 factorial. This is what this means. So 7 factorial will now be 7 multiplied by 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 factorial over 3 factorial. Do you know where I get all this? You know this 7 is going to be 7 multiplied by 7 factorial will be 7 multiplied by 7 minus 1, which is 6. This one is going to be 7 minus 1. This is going to be 7 minus 2. This is going to be 7 minus 3. This is going to be 7 minus 4. And I hope you understand it. And I want to stop at this 3 factorial so that I'll be able to cancel it. This one will not cancel this. I don't care whatever it's at the back. So I now have 7 multiplied by 6, multiplied by 5, multiplied by 4. And I hope you understand this one will be 20, this one will be 42. So you multiply both of them and you get your answer. And I really hope you understand this. If it were to be, let's say we have 10 permutation 8. This one is going to be r, this one is going to be n. And I have n permutation r to be n factorial over n minus r factorial. So this one will now be 10 factorial over 10 minus 8 factorial. 10 factorial over 8 factorial. It means when I want to write this 10 factorial, I must stop at 8 factorial so that I will reach it to cancel it. This one will now be 10 multiplied by 9 multiplied by what? 8 factorial over 8 factorial. This one cancels this. I will now have 90 as the answer. And I really hope I'm making sense. So another one, let's say I have 15 permutation 12. So this one is in place of n, this one is in place of r. So when I have n permutation, r to be equal to what? N factorial over n minus r factorial. So our n is going to be 15 like this. So we now have 15 factorial over 15 minus 12 factorial. This one will now be 15 factorial over what? 15 minus 12 factorial is what? 3 factorial. Let me change this value. Can you do my point? Let me change it to 3 factorial. So this one will now be, please let me change it. I beg you. Find it in my point. 3 factorial. So this one will now be 12 factorial, like that. 15 minus this will now be 12 factorial. If I want to write this, I will now write stop at 12 factorial. 12 times 14 times 13 times 12 factorial over 12 factorial. Instead of having times 12 times 10 times 11 times 8 times till 0 and write this, you know they are all going to cancel each other. So I will now cancel this and this instead of stressing myself and wasting time. So I will now have 15. I will now have 15 multiplied by 14 multiplied by what? 13. And I hope you understand this. Now let's come to the combination aspect. You know n combination r equals to n factorial over n minus r factorial. Let's now say I have 5 combination 3. This one is in place of n, this one is in place of what? R. I will now have 5 factorial over 5 minus 3 factorial. So this one will now be 5 factorial over 2 factorial. 5 minus 3 is going to be 2 factorial, 3 factorial. So now doing this one will now be 5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3 factorial, because I want to use this 3 factorial up here to cancel this 3 factorial back down, over 2 factorial, 3 factorial. This here wants to cancel this. 2 factorial will now be 2 times 1 is equal to 2, so it is 2. So 2 divided by 2 here 1, 2 here 2. So this one and this will be what? 10. I hope you understand it. Let me give you an example. Let's say I have 7 combination 3. This one is going to be 7 factorial over 7 minus 3 factorial, 3 factorial. So this one will now be 7 factorial over 4 factorial, 3 factorial. So you get. So now doing this one will now be, I want to stop here because 4 factorial is larger than this. I will now have 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 factorial over 4 factorial, 3 factorial. 4 cancel 4 cancel. This 3 factorial will be 3 times 2 times 1 times 0 factorial. You know all these, they are going to be 1. I don't count them. I will just stop at 2. So this one is going to be 6. 6 here 1, 6 here 1. So 5 times 7 is what? 35. Sure you get. Let's say I have 10 combination 7. So this one is going to be 10 factorial over 10 minus 7 factorial, 3 factorial. So this one will now be 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 factorial over, this one will be, I got 3 factorial here, sorry, 7 factorial. So this one will now be 3 factorial, 7 factorial. You know this one minus this will be 3 factorial. I stop at this 7 factorial. So 3 factorial will be 6. I mean now, like this one is going to be 3 times 2. 2 here 1, 2 here 4. I mean now, 3 here 1, 3 here 3. 3 times 4, 12 times 10. Will now equals 120. And I hope you understand it. Say I'm making sense like this. You see all these short ones, they are the things you need to do and to know. Now let's now go to the equation aspect of a complex number. Why we have equations, like something like related to that. Let's say I have this. They said, another example, the equation they said find the value of n if n permutation 3 over n combination 2 equals to what? 6. You know, if n permutation 3 will be n factorial over n minus 3 factorial, and n combination 2 will be equals to what? N factorial over n minus 2 factorial, 2 factorial. So now let me combine them. So now this one will now be n factorial over n minus 3 factorial divided by n factorial over n minus 2 factorial, 2 factorial equal to 6. Now, this division, let me change it to multiplication. This one will now be n factorial over n minus 3 factorial multiplied by n factorial over n minus 2 factorial equals what? 6. This one, sorry, if I change the multiplication, this one will come down, this one will come up. I did the mistake. Sorry, I can't tell me. N minus 2 factorial 2 factorial over n factorial. This one cancels this. Abi now. And now left with n minus 2 factorial 2 factorial over n minus 3 factorial equal to 6. Shebi now. But one thing I want you to understand here is this. I cannot cancel this n minus 2 and n minus 3 at the same time. But one thing I want you to understand is this. That but n minus 2 factorial can be equals to n minus 2. I will use it as n minus 2. N minus 2 can be equals to this n minus 2 can be equals to n minus 2. Like I'm going to write this one into bracket n minus 2 minus 1 factorial. Do you know I stopped here? I can write n minus 2, n minus 2 minus 2. You know I have n minus 2, n minus 2 minus 1. I can have n minus 2 minus 2, n minus 2 minus 3, n minus 2 minus 4, n minus 2 minus 5, till wherever I'm taking to. But I want you to cancel this one. That's why I stopped here. This one will now be n minus 2 into bracket n minus 3 factorial. You know this one, if I add them together, minus 2 minus 1, it's going to be minus 3. So that's where I have it. So this one will now be, going back to this, we now have n minus 2 factorial 2 factorial over n minus 3. This one will be n minus 2 into bracket n minus 3 factorial over n minus 3 factorial 2 factorial equal to 6. This one cancels this. This one, n minus 2 multiplied by 2 factorial equal to what? 6. And our 2 factorial is what? 2 times 1. So this one will now be n minus 2 into bracket 2 equals to what? 6. If I put that by 2 over 2, this one cancels this. This one remains 3. So n minus 3, 2 equals to what? 3. n equals to 3 plus 2 equals to what? 5. And I hope you understand this. Okay. Another question I want to do is this. They said I have the question is, let's say example 2. I have n permutation R over n combination R minus 1 equals to what? 5. It said find R. Yes, I was told to find R. So now this one thing you're going to look out for here is that n permutation will be n factorial over n minus r factorial. Now divided by n factorial over n minus r factorial minus 1 equals to what? 5. So when this minus 1 comes here, it will now be 6. So I will now change this sign to multiplication. N factorial over n minus r factorial multiplied by n factorial over n minus r factorial equals to what? 6. Sure you get? I'm sorry doing this mistake in it. This one is going to be n minus r factorial over n factorial. This one will cancel this. It now remains this one and this. But you can see from your analysis, this one and this one are the same thing. So it cancels. It now remains this one alone. R factorial equals to 6. But you know one thing here? R factorial, R3 factorial equals to 6, which is equals to 3 times 2 times 1 times 0 factorial, which is 6. So it means that this R factorial will now equals to what? 6, which equals to what? 3 factorial. R factorial will now equals to what? 3 factorial. Factorial cancel factorial. R will now equals to what? 3. That's the answer. Many of you ask me a question. What I'm saying is that, let's say I have R factorial equals to 24. 24 will be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So it will be 4 factorial. So r factorial will be what? 4 factorial. This one comes with this, which equals what? R equals what? 4. That's what I mean. And I hope you understand it. Okay. So they said I should verify that this one. I don't want proof for now. They said another example. They said verify that what? N plus 3 factorial over n minus n factorial is equal to n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3. That's the question. So solution, it doesn't, we should just put from left hand side. This is the left hand side. This is what it means. So now from this one, I have n plus 3 factorial over n plus 3 over n factorial. I have this one. And I want to prove it. But one thing here, n factorial on its own will be something. But look at one thing here. If this were to be n factorial, if I'm having n factorial, if I want to write this, it will be n to bracket n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4 on 2. But if I want to stop n minus 3, this one will cancel this. But this one is plus here. It means that I will be adding. Like I should be adding. You don't get. Instead of subtracting, I will be adding like that. So it now means that this one, this n minus 3, n plus 3 factorial will be equals to n plus 3. So you get like that. Like, do you understand it? I'm forced to going to write it. I will now be, normally I will not be removing 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Because when I have n factorial here, I have n factorial, I write it here. The first thing, I will now have n minus 1, n minus 2, till where I'm going. You get? So let's say this one is all n. Will now be n. I've written it. Will now be this n minus 1. This is n. This n again. Do you understand it? And this n again. N minus plus 3 minus 3 factorial. So now this one will now be equals to n plus 3 into bracket n plus 3 minus 1 will be n plus 2. 3 minus 1 into bracket m 3 minus 2 we have plus 1. 3 minus 3 is 0 factorial. Sure you get? So now this one, n plus 3 factorial will now be. So we now have n plus 3 factorial over n factorial will now be equals to n plus 3 into n plus 2 bracket n plus 1 into n factorial. Sure you get? Sure you get like that? So this one will over n factorial. This one will cancel this. So it now remains this one. It now remains n plus 2, 3, n plus 2, n plus 1. And that's it, the answer. So it means that RHS proved. That's what we are told to prove. And I really hope that you are getting what I am saying. Hey, this one very cheap pen there. They said I should do 8. Another example, 8 permutation x over 8 combination x equals to what? 6. Find x. So 8 permutation will be 8 factorial over 8 minus x factorial divided by this combination 8 factorial over 8 minus x factorial equal to 6. So now change this 8 factorial so that I will use this factorial to cancel 8 factorial. 8 factorial over 8 minus x factorial multiplied by 8 minus x factorial over 8 factorial equal to what? 6. This one cancel this. 8 minus x factorial cancel this 8 minus x factorial. So it means x factorial equal to 6. So x factorial equal to 3 factorial. 3 cancel 3 factorial cancel factorial. So therefore x equals to what? 3. Let's do another one. I'm really very thick there, but I will do it for you. This one is another example. I have a 6pr plus 1 equals what? 6p2 permutation. So this one solution. We have 6 permutation r plus 1 equals to 6 permutation 2. So this one will be 6 factorial over 6 minus r plus 1 factorial. I'm going to take it like r. It's going to be 6 plus r minus r factorial equal to 6 factorial over 6 minus 2 factorial. So you get. So this one will now be equals to 6 factorial over, this one will be 6 minus r minus 1 factorial equals to 6 factorial over 4 factorial. So you get 6 factorial over, this one minus this, 5 minus r factorial equal to 6 factorial over 4 factorial. If I cross multiply, this one will cancel this. I will now have 1 over 5 minus r factorial equals to 1 over 4 factorial. So it means this one and this one are equal. And I hope you understand what I'm saying by that. So now, since I have this, it means I have r 5 minus r factorial equals to what? 4 factorial. One thing I want you to understand here is that I cannot just continue with this. I cannot be saying 5 minus r, 5 minus this. It means that factorial, we cancel factorial. I have 5 minus r equals to what? 4. So when this one comes here, we have 5 minus 4 equals to what? R. R will equals to what? 1. And that's the answer. Can we check? Let's check. What's the question? 1. You know how is 1 Abby? 1 Abby. 1 plus 1, 2. 6 permutation 2 is equal to 6 permutation. And that's the right answer. Some questions here are not supposed to be done. They are just going to be like, guess from the options. Another example. They say we have a 6 permutation r equals to what? 6. From here, this one is going to be, I can even say the answer here, but I won't say it. They said find 6 permutation r plus 1. We should find this. But this one is going to be 6 factorial over 6 minus r factorial equal to what? 6. This question is not correct. Yeah, it is correct. If this were to be like this one's supposed to be let me say this question is not correct. The one's supposed to be, if I can add 3 factorial here, yes I know, but this question, let me leave it so that I will not cause trouble tonight. Let me try to leave it for now. Let me leave this question. Let me do another one. Another one is this. Another example is 3n combination 2 equals to 15. Find n. So this one is going to be 3n factorial over 3n minus 2 factorial 2 factorial equals to what? 15. That's what it means. This 3n factorial and this, I can have this 3n factorial, more or less like n factorial. This 3n factorial will be written as 3n to bracket 3n minus 1, 3n minus 2 factorial, because I want you to cancel this. So I will stop here. If this were to be 3, I will have 3n minus 3 here too. So this one will now be 3n factorial over 3n minus 2 factorial 2 factorial equals to 15. Will now be equals to 3n into bracket 3n minus 1 3n minus 2 factorial over 3n minus 2 factorial 2 factorial. This one cancel this. So factorial is low. So I will say we are going 15. So this one will now be, it will now be 3n to bracket 3n minus 1 over 2 factorial equals to what? 15. 2 factorial is 2 times 1, 2, and is equals to what? 30. So this one times this will be 30. 3n into bracket 3n minus 1 equals to what? 30. So open the bracket. 3 times 3 is what? 9n squared. This one times this minus 3n equals minus 30. Minus 30 equal to what? 0. Minus 30 equal to 0. This 30 will come here. So this one turns to quadratic equation like that. But before it turns to quadratic equation, divide both sides by 3 over 3 over 3 over 3. So this one will be 3n squared minus n minus 30 equal to 0. And you solve this quadratically. And I really hope you can solve this. You have 2 values, in which when you multiply it, you are going to get minus 90. And when you add it, you are going to get minus 1. What are two numbers? 10 and 9. So it will be plus 10 minus 9 minus 10 plus 9. That's what it means. So this one is going to be 3n squared minus 10 plus 9n. So this one will be like this. So what is common here? N to bracket 3 minus what? 10 minus 3 into bracket. What's common here? N minus 10 equal to 0. This one will be 3n. I'm mistaken. So 3n minus, this one is going to be 3 common here, 3n. So this one will now be n minus 3 equal to 0, or 3n minus 10 equal to 0. So this one will now be equals to n equals to 3, or 3n equals to 10. So n equals to what? 10 over 3. So n will be 3. If we check, this one is going to be 3 times 3 combination 2. Will now be 9 combination 2. Combination 2, let's check if it's going to be 15. Let's check. So check. So this one will now be 9 factorial over 9 minus 2 factorial, 7 factorial, 2 factorial. This now will go to 9 times 7, 9 times 8 times 7 factorial over 7 factorial, 2 factorial. This one cancel this. 2 here 1, 2 here 4. 4 times 9 over 36. So this is not correct. It's not correct. But it should be. It's supposed to be. Probably I've made a mistake in one way or the other when I was doing it. Some questions lead to I spent that 3 minutes plus. So now there is this question. Let me just do some question. I may not finish them. Another example, they said we should have 18 combination R minus 18 combination R plus 2. So this one is going to be 18 factorial over 18 minus R factorial minus 18. Okay, they say equal to 0. 18 factorial over 18 minus R minus 2 factorial R plus 2 factorial equal to 0. So now, since this one is minus, is it minus? So 18 minus R factorial. Okay, equal to 0. So this one comes here. So this one will now be 18 factorial over 18 minus R factorial equals to, when this one comes here, 18 factorial over 18 minus R. 18 minus R minus 2 will now be 16. It will be 16 factorial. 16 minus R factorial R plus 2 factorial. So this one will cancel this. They don't check it that one. So now if we cross multiply, this one will now be equals to 18 minus R factorial equals to 16 minus R factorial R plus 2 factorial. So now This one, which is this, I can actually have this to be in form of this. This one is going to be 16 minus r factorial will now be 16 minus r minus 1 will now be 17 and 18 and 16 and reduce to this. So this one will now be 18 minus r factorial will be equals to 18 minus r minus 1. It's going to be 18 minus r into bracket 18 minus r minus 1, 18 minus r minus 2 factorial. So it will now be 18 minus r, it's 17 minus r, 16 minus r factorial. So I will use to cancel this. And likewise, this r factorial and this r plus 2 factorial, I can relate one thing here. And the thing is this, is that I can have reduce this r plus 2 factorial. So this r plus 2 factorial can be reduced to r plus 2 into bracket r plus 2 minus 1 and r plus 2 minus 2 factorial. So this one will be r plus 2 into bracket r minus, this one minus is r plus 1 like that, and minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 plus 2 is equal to what? R factorial alone. So this r factorial will now cancel this r factorial, and I hope you understand what I'm saying. So now let me continue. This one, wait. Now this, I want to write this and this now. Continue from this. So I now have 18 minus r factorial equals to 16 minus r factorial r plus 2 factorial. So this one, 18 minus 2 factorial will not be this. So let's forget this one. It will be 18 minus r, 17 minus r, 16 minus r factorial equals to, let's say equals to 16 minus r factorial, okay, factorial, 16 minus r factorial. I've done that. It means this r factorial, I'll write it here, r plus 2, r plus 2, r plus 1, and r factorial. So this 16 minus r factorial is going to cancel this. R factorial is going to cancel this. So it's now left on with this 18 minus r into bracket 17 minus r equals to what? 12 till r plus 2 into bracket r plus 1. So now expand this bracket by saying 70 times 18. Sorry, let me use the phone calculator. It's 18 times 17. You have 306. So this one will be 306. This one stands this minus 18r minus 17r plus r square equals to r times r square, r times 1 plus r, 2 times r plus 2r, r times r plus 2. So this one will now be 18 minus this will be what? 306 minus 35r plus r square equals to r square. This one will be 3r plus what? 2. This one cancels this. There is no shaking. So this one will be 306 minus 35r equals to 3r plus 2. This one comes here. This one comes here. 306 minus 2 equals to what? 3r plus 35r. So 35r plus 3 will be 38. This one will be 38r. This one minus is 304. So r will now equal to 304 divided by 38. So now let's use the calculator. 304 divided by 38. So we have 8. So r now equals what? 8. And I hope you understand this. I have many things. I don't know which other question should I do. This question states that. Let me check this question. Example, they said that kp7 over kc 7. So this one solution will be like permutation, you KP. So this one K for permutation factorial over K minus 7 factorial divided by K factorial over K minus 7 factorial 7 factorial. So now by changing the sign, so this one will be K factorial over K minus 7 factorial multiplied by K minus 7 factorial over K factorial. This one will cancel this one will cancel this as well. It means 7 factorial. 7 factorial will now be equals to 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So this one is going to be 42. This one is going to be 20 times 6. So this one will be 42 times 20 times 6 is what? 120. So this one will now be 120 times 42. 50, 40. That's the answer. And I really hope you understand all this wala that I'm doing for you. Okay. Which other questions can I do? I think I've come this far. There's this question. Let me shepherd the worksheet. The question is this. Another example, they say that we should have a 3 into bracket n permutation 2 plus 24 equals to what? 2n permutation 2. This n permutation 2 will be 3 into bracket n factorial over n minus 2 factorial plus 24. 24 equals to 2n factorial over 2n minus 2 factorial. But one thing I want to understand here is this 3 into bracket. This n factorial can be written as n into bracket n minus 1, n minus 2 factorial over n minus 2 factorial plus 24 equals to this 2n factorial can be written as 2n into bracket 2n minus 1, 2n minus 2 factorial over 2n minus 2 factorial. This one will cancel this. This one will cancel this. This one remains 3 into bracket n minus 1 plus 24 equals to 2n into bracket 2n minus 1. So this one will now be, use this one to open the bracket, 3 into bracket n square minus n plus 24 equals to 4n square minus 2n. So this one will now be 3n square minus 3n plus 20, 24 times 2 will be 72 equals to 4n square minus 2n. So now doing this is 0 now equals to 4n square minus 3n square divided by minus 2n plus 3n minus 72. 4n square minus this will be n square. So this one will be n square. This one minus this plus n. So you get minus 72 equal to 0 like that. So now doing this, it is transforms to quadratic equation. Find the terms in which when you multiply them, you're going to get minus this, minus 72, and you add them when you are going to have plus 1. So this one is going to be plus 9 minus 8. So this one will now be n square minus 8n plus 9n minus 72 equal to 0. This bracket n to bracket n minus 8 equal plus 9 to bracket n minus 8 equal to what? 0. So n plus 9 equal to 0, or n minus 8 equal to 0. N equals to what? 9 minus 9, or n equals to what? 8. So since n cannot be minus 9, so therefore n equals to what? 8. And that's the answer. I think I've come this far. And I hope this benefits you. I wish you all the best. If you have any question to ask me, let me know, please.